Cheers. Look at that sick cup. No, I didn't call you a sick. No, I was talking about a cup. It's a sick cup. That's one sick duck. No, that's not what I was thinking. Broadcasting to you live from the Orion spiral arm of the Milky Way galaxy, the solar system, planet Earth, North America, the United States of America, somewhere outside of a good Supreme Court ruling. Or two. My name is Brian Engelman. Today is Tuesday, August 25, 2026. Was this going to be one of those shows where I have a stray eyelash in my line of sight the whole show, and it's going to bug me? Tuesday, October. Can I just do a normal intro? Hi. Broadcasting to you live from the Orion spiral arm of the Milky Way galaxy, the solar system, planet Earth, North America, the United States of America, somewhere outside of a Supreme Court ruling that went the way of America. My name is Brian Engelman. Today is Tuesday, August 25, 2026. And this right here, the thing that you're watching, it's called the TNAM Daily Show here on the New American Media, larger, the New American Media, because the old American media has flippin' failed you. Thank you for joining us on the TNAM Daily Show. Hit the thumbs up button, hit like, hit subscribe, share the show with a friend. We want your conversations. We want your jokes. We want your questions. We want your comments. Yeah, this is definitely a day where I might need to grab some tweezers and figure out what is in my line of sight. Now I know what those emo kids must have felt like. I'm so goth. Oh, right. Why did my goth guy end up sounding like Snake from The Simpsons? I don't know. I used to bartend at Goth Night. That was fun. They almost closed it down. At that point, I was either at the end of college or I had just completed college, and I was in my college town bartending. And it was a slow night. I think it was Monday night. And they said, yeah, I think we're going to close down. And I was the new guy. And it was tough getting shifts. And I was like, no. I'm the Monday guy. Let me work on Monday. Let me fix it. They had dollar well drinks or something. I'm like, no. We have $2 doubles. That's what we're doing. We're doing $2 doubles. I'm going to double our sales instantly. And then we're going to get people to have fun and bring all their friends in. Turns out Monday turned into one of the better nights at that establishment. People used to fight over, I want to work on Mondays. And it used to be, well, throw the new guy on Mondays. Nothing ever happens on Mondays. You know, that's sort of the story of America. You see an opportunity. You take your shot. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo. Patriot Warrior saying, kind of looks like you had your finger in your line of sight. Yeah, it does. But you're commenting always on Rumble. Patriot Warrior, are you out of jumping in on YouTube now? I think 2 days in a row you've been on Rumble exclusive. Yes, make sure you follow the New American Media on Rumble for your Rumble exclusive Patriot Warrior comments. For some reason, Restream doesn't take Rumble comments and populate them into our chat. I don't know why. What developer would omit this? Seems like the first thing you'd want to do is migrate your chat through your restreaming platform onto your program. But what the hell do I know? I'm the idea guy. Nobody ever listens to me, and everybody says, well, why don't you do it? Okay. I can tell you a way to design or engineer something better on that vehicle. I don't know how to do it. My grandfather used to work at NASA, and they would come in and go, all right, we need something roughly this size, this shape, these characteristics, made of this material, go. And he also used to work and repair watches. Very intricate, very interesting stuff. But he would engineer things. He would manufacture, create, build. I'm the idea guy. I come up with the ideas. Okay. But here's another thing. For the love of God, Dear Lord, Heavenly Father. Can someone explain to me why? For example, once again, here's another segment called How the Sausage is Made, brought to you by Bling. Yeah, I'm the sausage expert now. No, but they say, you don't want to know how the sausage is made. Maybe at the butcher. And they talk about that in Congress. Like, you don't want to know how a bill is passed. You don't want to know how the sausage is made. It's gross. You don't want to look at it. It's just it's not good. No, I'm going to attach a rider. Rider. It's rider. If you're counting, that's my first song of the day. No, second. I did Eminem. No, I didn't do Eminem. Stop it. Intrusive thoughts. Welcome to the mind of Minolta. But here's how the sausage is made. When I put the show together every day, it's one batch of glitches after the next batch of glitches. And I'm checking, and it looks like we currently have another Facebook glitch. Facebook is not streaming our show, even though we set it up to stream. It's unacceptable that this keeps happening. I think there are 20 reasons why I'm going to leave Restream. I'll have to get a prorated refund on that. God, how much do they charge? $300, $400 a year? $700? Part of me doesn't even like thinking about it because it's a little frustrating. Let's see. Okay, it looks like Restream might be streaming the show now through Facebook. Good. So let me share it. This is a good time to tell you, make sure you find TNAM''S, quotation marks, The Agree to Disagree Show, quotation mark. Type it exactly. It's a private group on Facebook. You want to be there. There we go. Confirmed we are streaming on Facebook. But even just there, that was a stupid glitch that shouldn't have happened. Shouldn't have happened. No need for it to happen. But here's the thing. Every show I do, I need to go link all the channels. Restream is being goofy with our legacy account, taking it from 10 streaming options down to 5, which sucks. And every time I click to add YouTube, it leads you through this gauntlet of things that you have to write. You got to set this setting, that setting, that setting. On a settings page, why is it that every settings page where things you have to regularly, reoccurringly set, why can't I just click a button to lock the settings? It's the most easy thing ever. Well, go ahead, Brian, do it. I don't know. I don't have the YouTube algorithmic code. I don't have the YouTube code to change their dashboard channel. But when I set it for anything, or Restream for that matter, every time I come into Restream, I have to reset every one of the flippin', I guess you just call them presets. Imagine getting into your car, and I've said this before, every time you get into your car, you go boop, boop, get in your car, and you sit down, and you are way back here. You can't even reach the steering wheel because every day your vehicle resets your settings so that your throne, your captain's chair, your driver's seat, it moves away from where your legs fit well, and it changes the height. It goes all the way down and all the way back. I don't want that. That's not how I left it. Imagine if every time you came in, all your preset channels were gone and you had no radio stations. That's not how I set it. Or you're listening to music at a normal volume, and every time you came in, it's cranked to 11 like it's on Spinal Tap. That's not how I set it. Every time you come in, your rock station, it's turned to NPR. And you're like, I didn't set it there. Just note to programmers, free advice. Yeah, I love giving free advice. Advice is supposed to be paid for. You know that. And I know that as a consultant. I've been a sales and entertainment consultant for a very long time on a myriad of projects and companies. Just when you have a settings page, put the little master lock icon, open, closed, open, closed, open, closed, open, closed. Lock it. I don't ever want it to not be the thing that I just set it for. And if I do ever decide I want to change those, I can unlock it and change it manually. Is this still? Is this? I don't know. Am I crazy for raging against this machine while the flock cameras are installed, the data centers are going in, and illegals are running rampant throughout the country? Well, throughout the world, really. Population replacement, because men and women can't have nice things like families. Because those women are needed in the workforce. So all of the wages could be depressed by 50%. Well, why would that be? Well, if you're paying somebody $100 an hour to do something, now you have two people doing it, $50 a piece. And now your kids are gone. Guess what? We get your kids K through 12, and we're going to warp their brains based on what we think. Enter all the purple-haired people with special group flags and power fists and raging for Palestine or whatever it is. There's a agenda afoot. Dollar keeps purchasing less because they're creating too many of them. That's scarcity. Like this card. This Ken Griffey Jr. rookie. It's one of the quintessential cards ever made. It's just iconic. I don't know. It's got a good look, and it just became one of the most popular collecting cards of all time. My understanding is that a ton of these were printed. They have value, but had they not made a quadrillion of them, the value would be even higher. That's why in collecting cards now, it's like, oh, you want the autograph. There's only so many that got a signature. Obviously, a player touching the card makes it differently unique. Or they're numbered. Oh, this card's numbered to 5. That's super rare. Or this card is labeled to 50. Woo! Out of the tens of thousands, there's only 50 of these. But when you start digitizing, quantitizing trillions of dollars out of thin air, it devalues the rest of our other currency. So it's not just women entering the workforce that has suppressed the purchasing power of the dollar, and it's not just the reckless, theftful, that's a fake word, but I'll use it, theftful spending. I like that word. I like it bigly. Big League Chew. Yeah, you know what I haven't had it for a while? Big League Chew. Yeah. I like it bigly. Scarcity. Well, that's what one of the 50 complaints of our American voting systems has been. What's going on with alleged mail-in ballots? They're alleged because were they even mailed out? Did you just sign up bums for $3 and a pack of cigarettes? I'm sorry, a cigarette and $3? Here, sign this name, Mickey Mouse. Now we can list that you're a homeless individual that's a citizen of America. Yeah, totally confirmed that you're legal to be here, born here. Well, we're going to generate these ballots. And guess what? 100% of all of these vagabond ballots, they're going to get counted somehow. Maybe they never even get shipped out. Or maybe they scan them in, take them to a warehouse for a month, bring them all back. We don't know. We just don't know, which is why we're saying vote in person. Show your flipping ID. Vote in person, show your ID, one day voting, call it a day. That's how you vote. Yeah, well, what about in cases of rape or incest? Okay, that's like 0.01% of the, that's 0.5% of all abortions. That's less than 2% of all, whatever number you want to use. You're trying to take this tiny little thing and say, aha. So now Massachusetts, you can kill up until the baby's popped out of the uterus. What am I even talking about? You put your foot in the door when the door is closing. Aha, the rest of me maybe I can wiggle a shoulder in here and now I'm in. All it took was a foot. I just throw my foot in and then I got it. You ever see a door closing that's going to lock? You're like, no. Maybe you'll throw. Speaking of college, I instantly thought of one of my dorms. Used to take cigarette butts and put them in the little latch. So the door would close, but it wouldn't lock. And then you pop the cigarette butt out. Or you grab like a binder, a loose leaf notebook folder, and you chuck it, and it goes shoo, 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 shoo. As the door is closing, it goes shoo. Keeps it open. Well, scarcity of ballots. Let me get back to scarcity of ballots. There's been a ruling. There's been a couple of rulings, and these are all good for Americans. It's not good for Trump. Stop saying it's good for Trump. It's good for America. A lot of the things President Trump is doing is good for America. You might be hyper fixated on the black pill component of, oh my God, we got into another forever war with Iran. And Bibi's the one that's doing it. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. The gas is $4 and change a gallon. It is. It is. So wouldn't it kind of make sense to sort of work on some systems that are causing these situations to maybe show some long-term health for the country? Well, Venezuela and Iran providing half price, maybe even less than that, I don't know, severely discounted, cut rate, black market oil to China so that they can get cheap energy and then use it to manufacture things to undercut American manufacturers, then sell us their cheap crap with their sanctioned oil from rogue regimes to put Americans out of work, to close American factories, to remove American tax collections. This stuff is unsustainable. Of course, you saw Rand Paul go down to Fort Knox investigating the gold. You're hearing about stable coin, and you just wonder, is there a switch that can be flipped to get us out of this central bank hellscape? 40 trillion in debt. Congratulations, you loaned too much. Can't pay it back. The number one expenditure in the United States line item budget is interest on debt. Hey, at some point, you banksters need to take accountability for the fact that you loaned out too much money. And when this shit crashes, and we're witnessing a slow motion crash of it, make no mistake, you need to be left holding the bag. It was what I was screaming at the television in 2007, 8, 9, 10 during the housing crash. Let them crash. Let the banks fail. They overextended themselves. Let the market work themselves out through bankruptcy. Well, you can't. They're too big to fail. They failed. You can't just strap some string around and move them around like was that an NSYNC video? I think it was for Bye Bye Bye, and they were like puppets on strings. Or if that's too old of a reference, I know many of you won't get that, this TikTok generation. But what about, if it's not that, what about Joe Biden? You saw him propped up on marionette strings. Several versions of Biden, mind you. Joker Poker says, Big League Chew, is that the pink or the purple? I mean, it's purple. And I don't think the flavor was grape. I think the flavor was purple. That's what made it good. Oh, that's good, Marion. Dave Ramsey needs to teach the government how to get rid of debt. You think they'd listen? No! Not until we run out the deep state. Get them the fork out of Dodge. Get them out of town. Patriot Warrior saying, yeah, those purple-haired freaks. Trump derangement syndrome. Exactly. Exactly. But back to scarcity. If you print, how many states have you seen it? Most of the fraud states, whether it's Arizona or Pennsylvania or North Carolina or Michigan or Wisconsin, or weren't there a couple others? All the states that Trump was up hundreds of thousands of votes, and you're like, all right, this is a landslide. Oh, wait, you're pausing all your votes. None of you can suddenly, for the first time in my life, none of you can deliver a verdict on the day of the vote. I guess maybe in 2000 with the hanging chads, but that was one state being stupid. How many reports have you heard, whether verified or not? More mail-in ballots were mailed out than residents. Or that means sloppy voter rolls that need to be cleaned regularly. It's like an oil change. You got to get an oil change every 5,000 miles or else. The Supreme Court just gave President Trump the ability, and it's not President Trump, gave America the ability to make sure that every ballot will have a unique, original barcode that will get scanned on its way out. Every barcode will get scanned on its way in, making sure that you're not receiving duplicates and other things. We're going to unpack some of the details here, but it's huge. It's huge. Now, did we fix the election? Well, what do you mean fix it? Trump won twice. Yes, because it was too big to rig, despite every one of these insecure election protocol that were already in place. Was protocol the right use of word there, or should I have pluralized that? Protocol? Scarcity. Every ballot should have a watermark. Every ballot should, have a code on it, have a number on it, track it, make sure it's legit, and throw out any duplicates, including the original, because it's been compromised. That's scarcity, and that's a good thing. But this doesn't fix our elections. It fixes one of many vulnerabilities, we can call them, because no court of law has proven that the 2020 election was in fact stolen as falsely claimed by President Trump. Wink, wink. Yeah, you can technically have technical facts on your side and still be a liar, still be a propagandist. But hey, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. So we're going to unpack and explain what that is. District judges have also now been blocked from blocking ICE agents. Another ruling. Maybe this ruling was a day ago, a couple days ago. Did you just call me a dago? Just kidding. That was a conversation I had on the elevator at the world's largest talent agency. I'm like, oh my God, is this guy going to get me fired? He thinks I called him a dago. I said, how'd your day go? Did you just call me a dago? I'm like, I'm just kidding. I'm like, that's a good line. I've used it so many times since. Also, should we change Lake Ontario to Lake America? Yeah, coming again to swim the motherfucking day. Yeah, America. Heck yeah. Freedom is the only way. Yeah. I think we're on song number 3, maybe 4. I don't know. But I digress. Yeah, Dave Ramsey in government would be great. I think that would be a fantastic position. Bring Dave Ramsey in for economic. Bring him in on an economic level. Like, I would. President Trump loves the star factor. Bring in Dave Ramsey and go, Dave, what are we going to do about, the 40 trillion? And I think like 10 trillion of that has been printed in the last 10, 15 years. It's insane. It's insane. It's insane. So make sure you're not just investing in green paper bills. Get into tangible assets that are going to rise to keep pace with inflation, or else you're robbing yourself. Oh, yeah, you would think that the lottery drawings would just pay for any debt. They keep what, 60, 70, 80% of it? It's insane. They just, yeah, that's mine. Based on what? Because you can't stop me. That's what government always devolves into if you let them get big enough. Why are you doing that? Because you can't stop me. And you go, shit, am I truly a free people anymore? Oh yeah, and that's our after-tax dollars feeding the lottery. Yeah, what if we could do like a 401k or like a Roth IRA, something where what is that HSA, a health spending account, which by the way is too fucking complicated. I've looked into. I'm like, okay, so you can take $100, $200, $300. All right, so tax-free dollars. That's good. So you put it into an account, and then you draw from that account if you need to use it throughout the year. But if you don't spend it, then it disappears. Why would it disappear? That's not a plan. That's not. What are you talking about? Things that are too complicated to understand are typically a scam. And I'm sure HSAs work for some people, but for the love of God, engineer a better mousetrap, make it easier. You know what I'm saying? Marion talking about the sloppy voter rolls. Yeah. How many deceased people voted for Biden? New Jersey came out and admitted, oh, yeah, we got a couple of people on the voter rolls. It was a glitch. No, it's not a glitch. Programmers can only program binary code, yes or no. And if it's not a 2-answer solution, left or right, 1 or a 0, you say, okay, there will be 10 options. Driving down the freeway, there are 10 different exits you can take. Somebody had to program it so an illegal alien, non-citizen, could then be put onto the voter rolls. Where else is this happening and to what degrees? How many numbers of people who have no standing? You don't live in the HOA? Guess what? You don't get to vote on our special assessment because you don't live here. By the way, this is why in the founding fathers' times, not everybody was allowed to vote. Not a male-female thing. It was basically landowners, people with skin in the game. Because if you don't do it that way, guess what happens? Everybody with less looks at somebody successful and says, I want that. Let's take that. I'm taking that. It's not fair. It's not right. Hence, communism, socialism, Islamism, globalism, Stalinism, Marxism, Leninism. Just put your isms in there. It's about power, domination, complete control. And of course, the useful idiots that sign up for these ideologies of greed eventually get stamped out by the most violent force inside of their organization. That's how it always happens. Oh, come on in. I'll give you some shelter. You're just a cute little puppy. Yeah, that's a wolf, fool. Arr! Gets your jugular. So you got to be careful about that. So huge rulings and, of course, some petty back and forth with Canada. Dear God, we got to fix Canada. By the way, somebody check on Northern David, please. How do we find Northern David? He hasn't been in for a minute, and I know there have been fires up there. And actually, he's in Ontario. They're talking about changing Lake Ontario to Lake America. Why are we naming this something for Canada? Nope. Lake America. Gulf of America, Lake of America. Why not? And top of the morning to you, Unholy Hoax. Happy to have you. Was this? I put a marker on my wall map of Texas, marked out Gulf of Mexico and wrote Gulf of America. Yeah. See, I'm all for updating names, but I'm not for downgrading names. The Cleveland Indians baseball team did not get an upgrade by erasing our history. And by the way, making sure that I can never in my lifetime celebrate a Cleveland Indians World Series championship, despite going to 2 World Series and losing in 7 games in extra innings, the most heartbreaking way possible. That's just something that's an abomination. You shouldn't be able to change your team name until you win a championship. New rule. I got to work on my Bill Maher. New rule. Okay. Good morning, Tango Liberty. Reminding us we live in an illusion wrapped by a corporation of control. Yes, we're an enigma wrapped in a mystery. Someone close to me when they were a very little human. They referred to question marks as squiggly mysteries. Nobody can convince me that squiggly mysteries is not a better name for a question mark. I think squiggly mysteries might be the best rebranding of all time, actually. Anyway, we got a lot of stories to get to. Patriot Warrior laughs at Dave Ramsey. Ha! Hell, just bring in Gumby. You don't like Dave Ramsey? I think Dave gives you a lot of basic stuff. He'll get you to the... I've been trying to get down to the heart of the matter, and my will gets weak, and my thoughts seem to scatter, and I'm thinking about forgiveness. I think that's song number 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 at this point that I've broken into. I like Dave Ramsey. I think Dave Ramsey, there's a time and a place for the Ramsey guy. Just basically trying to make smart decisions, and our federal government has not been making smart decisions. And when you stop making smart decisions, it becomes a smart decision to limit their power. That's basically where we're at. That's all small government libertarians want. Constitutionalists, that's all we want. Just leave us alone. What do you mean we are a constitutionalist? You say we with MAGA. Yeah, there's a lot of Venn diagram overlap with some MAGA stuff, some conservative stuff, some Republican stuff, some libertarian stuff, some constitutionalist stuff. I say this often. I'm not necessarily sure what I am, but I can tell you what I'm not. I am not a Democrat. I am not a deep state Democrat. And, you know, in some ways, that's as far as I need to go. Joker Poker says, speaking of abomination, 2012, I remember the first time Barry Soetoro mentioned quantitative easing. Yeah. I recall he doubled our deficit over 8 years. Well, if you want to go back and look at the effed up chart, September 11th is when it changed. 2001, everything got stupid. Quarter of a century. And we're in a tailspin. The engines are gone. There's no parachute. You know, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, because this is it, kids. When your interest is larger than every other expenditure, you're a goner. And that's the system they want. But it's weird because then everything implodes too. So, you know, careful what you wish for. Yeah, quantitative easing. You used to actually have to hand crank dollar bills. Not really. It was a printing press. It was mechanized. But you get the point. Now you just go 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 enter. Now your money's worth less. Why is gas $4 a gallon? Why? It's because some bloke stole your loot by making more of it, which made yours worth less. If you had a 1-of-1 rookie card of somebody important, and then someone went to the copy machine and made 1,000 of them, and maybe it's not super easy to determine which one is the original, well, guess what? Things get complicated pretty quick, and we've been living in an upside-down world for a while. So, Patriot Warrior saying, no, Ramsey, whatever. When he's been right, he's been okay. But Besant is doing just fine. Just let Trump and his team do stuff. We will be fine. I hope so. Fingers crossed. I want the same thing. And what I want is to begin the show. So, to you I say, buckle up, buttercups.
guide to the truth. TheNewAmericanMedia.com.
All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. Hit the thumbs up button, hit like, hit share, hit the arrow. Please consider dropping this into some Facebook groups, Facebook Messenger, text message threads. I don't know, wherever, Slack and Discord. No idea what either of those are. Wherever you share things, please invite some people to join the program. We always appreciate having you here, for sure. And also, let me put this up on the screen. We are getting ever so close to the end of this month, and we are trying to end it with a bang. So let me put this at the bottom. I'm your humble bartender, Brian. I'm going to discuss all the things on the screens behind us today. Stories off the New American Media Instagram page and the New American Media X account. Please follow us on both. But this is the time, instead of selling you coffee or survival seeds or, I don't know, pillows. Is it a pillow or a pillow? A lot of people say pillow. Hello, pillow. Please consider subscribing. Patreon, Rumble, YouTube. As much as possible, but as little as $5 a month really makes a difference. It all starts to add up. And man, oh man, the things have added up this month. Specifically related to TNAM expenditures, let alone taking Ben to the vet for $1,000. Anyway, Patreon, YouTube, Rumble, subscriptions, please consider doing so. Like I said, I'm a bartender. I work off tips. So the show is free, but if you want to toss something into the tip jar back there, Rumble rant tip, super chat tip. And if you haven't set it up, it takes like 60 seconds to set up. Just link some rando credit card and you can drop some tips in that way. Venmo, Cash App at Brian Engelman, or PayPal. The email address is fuzzinstallment@yahoo.com. Tango Liberty says Trump's very first term, the deficit was at 16 trillion, now at 40. Go ahead and jump. I'm so very disappointed and disgusted with Trump. 16? So what are we talking? We're talking 8 years. Yeah, you look at the graph of the debt. And I've done that. You know, we can zoom in on this 4 years, this 2 years, this 12 years. Scroll it all the way back to like our nation's founding. 2001, things go bonkers. Absolutely bonkers in 2001. Those attacks on the Twin Towers and the Pentagon, whether that was deep state actors raising a false flag or whether it was truly Saudis, Iraqis, Afghanis, or what's the official story still? What was the official story? Can you refer? Well, who was the 2001? Everything got out of whack. And yeah, Scott Adams has often talked about you can't trust data. All data is false. And you're like, that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. He also said, like, Republicans are going to be hunted. And you go, what? And you see Charlie Kirk, you see Trump both getting shot at multiple times. Well, Trump multiple times. There are lies, damn lies, and statistics. And Joker Poker says, yeah, and those suckers have the nerve to give me a bad credit score. I'm debt-free, for pity's sakes. Let me hear your debt-free scream. Ah! Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the show. All right. This is the portion of the program where I'm going to pivot. Hey, look, we're gaining followers on Instagram again. Well, isn't that special? We need 27 followers so that we can stream this show live onto Instagram. Would you please consider going on Instagram and following the New American Media? And if you don't have an Instagram account, please use your burner email address. Should take 2 minutes. Set up an account and become a follower of the New American Media. We need 27 new followers so we can stream live. Of course, they might just move the goalposts at that point. They're very good at doing that, moving the Overton window, keeping our channel out of eligibility. We were always able to go live until they just took it away. Then they set an arbitrary 1,000 subscriber thing. I'm like, all right, or followers. Okay. Anyway, please follow us there. All right, let's check in. I can't click on this story. Instagram's being weird. Is there any volume to this? I'm not seeing volume, and I can't click on the story. Left-wing extremists and Antifa storm the Precious Blood Catholic Church, where right-wing activist Eoin Richard was hosting a free speech anti-Islam rally. Counter-protesters, these are terrorists. You're allowed to speak, but these are terrorists here. They chase him from the church and into a Starbucks. They assault him and cover him in paint. I can't click the story. I can't hear what's being said because Instagram doesn't want you to know about it. So that's why I tell you, you must know about this. Everyone smash the thumbs up button. Hit the like button, please. Yeah, any story they're trying to censor. See, I can click on this and see the post. I cannot click on this and see the post. See? I don't know. I don't know who this guy is. But if they don't want you to know a story, I want to look a little closer. It's the Streisand effect. She's like, I don't want paparazzos coming around the house and taking pictures or being over top in a helicopter. And you're like, well, yeah. But because she said it, it became the #1 place to get video of. It's the Streisand effect. It has the exact opposite intention of what you're complaining about to begin with. Check in Florida. Okay, I guess I got to add something else to my more shit I got to be worried about list.
Monday morning, Cameron Glasgow is trying to process how his family was torn apart in seconds.
My daughter, my wife, amazing people. Amazing people. My wife, the biggest heart in the world. The biggest heart in the world. Puts everybody before herself. Everybody. That was my hero next to my dad. Because I wanted to show for people how my wife does. She helped make me into the man that I am today.
He said they were headed into the house for a family dinner when lightning struck Sunday afternoon, killing his wife, Kenya Glasgow, and their 2-year-old daughter, Kennedy.
You know, we talk about the rule of stupid. Don't go stupid places with stupid people and doing stupid things. You know, we talk about corruption, demonic activity, malevolent forces. And if you watch poker, if you play poker, you know that last card, what's the river card going to be? Oh my gosh, I only had a 5% chance of winning. That was the one card in the deck that could have given me the straight to beat your 3 of a kind. Oh my gosh, I can't believe. They're just wild cards in life. I don't know anything about this dude and his family. The dude sounds awesome. The family looks fantastic, and they're all just gone, and it just makes no damn sense. No matter how much we try to fight for the right to party. Is that a song lyric? Yes, my rock band used to cover that. That was fun. There's always just wild cards in that deck of 52. This just makes me so sad. This looks like a great family. Look at that picture of all 4 of them down. They look like awesome people.
We saw that the rain was picking up, and we just said, hey, we got to get the girls inside. So just simple thing that anybody would do. Hey, Put a blanket on her head. Let's just get inside.
Kennedy, seen here with her twin sister Kinsley.
It's gonna crush my heart when she starts looking for her sister and her mom, but
Why am I starting the show with this story? Twin sister, like Austin Metcalf. She's gonna be looking for her sister and her mom.
I mean,
Monday morning, Cameron
that's just something we just gotta get used to.
Glasgow described Kennedy as infectious, could sing every word to Benson Boone.
Oh, I can't play music.
Lose somebody that I've been with for half my life. It's going to be tough, but I'll be okay because I have to be, because I have another beautiful daughter that's inside there. But for her to lose her twin sister, words can't describe that feeling.
Glasgow said he wanted to speak with us today so that he could share about his wife, how amazing she was, and the light that she had.
That's just something we just gotta get used to.
I feel genuinely sorry that I had to dump over this trash can and open up this story. Oh. Damn. Yeah, where's a GoFundMe for this guy? Oh. Yeah, this dude could use some support. I mean, who couldn't use some support? But my God, like, and it's not like you were doing something risky and you were both whitewater rafting and it was out of control and you should have never taken the canoe out and party. Like, we made bad decisions. Like, what did you do? You were like, I'm outside. Do I often worry about lightning? No. I'm not holding a golf club like in Caddyshack. Prayers to this guy.
Monday morning.
That's a brutal one. Speaking of brutal, here's Lindsay Clancy. The trial that is tearing the country apart because she's innocent. And so is Tyler Robinson. And so is Derek Chauvin. And so is, what's the other big high-profile murder case? Luigi Mangione. And everybody, basically. Nobody did anything ever. Or they did. Or they're being framed. I don't know. Let's take a listen.
These women all think they're detectives now.
Yeah, this has turned into a thing. The lady detectives. The sewing circle of I cracked the case. Led by their Mother Teresa, Candace Owens. I cracked the case. I had a dream. There were bees and a French legion. Bees and dreams and gut feelings. I know, Joker Poker. Man, that's sad. Those people must have been happy. I know. I swear, people who are miserable like me are indestructible. Well, if nothing else, it shows God has a sense of, I don't know if you call it a sense of humor, but it's a sense of something. But yeah, the sewing circle detectives, TikTok detectives, the TikTok lady detectives. Look,
people reading her.
I am all in favor of turning over rocks and leaving no stone unturned, all that stuff. End of the day, you got to put all your cards up and see what you have. But I think as a society, we're placing a little bit too much emphasis on a conspiracy under every rock. Sometimes things are just sad and bad.
Her astrology chart. People.
Oh, yeah, that was one of them. Well, her astrology chart, she couldn't have done it. Please.
Who vote saying there's no way she would do this because a Leo could never murder her cubs. It's fucking psycho.
No, just following all their birth charts and birthdays and
I was just following other birth charts and birthdays.
zodiac signs.
And zodiac signs. knows.
He did it. He did it. He's a Gemini man.
They're saying his DNA was on the workout bands. Weird that would be the case in his home with his stuff. If women ran the government, astrology signs would be admissible in court. These women are...
Yeah. And look, if she didn't do it or something, I hope that would come out at trial. I have zero motivation to pin a crime on a lady who didn't do it, of course. But that's not what the trial's about. The trial's about her. Did she do it? And what's the punishment for it? Should the guy be on trial? There's too many suspicious things that line up. Maybe. Or maybe if you're looking for something suspicious everywhere, you're going to find suspicious stuff everywhere. To the point where you ignore actual evidence that's been presented that's right in front of you. But then again, none of that's true. So, I don't know if there's a psychosis, some sort of new mental malady sweeping through America or not. But Lindsay Clancy is really bringing out a lot of, maybe it's a lot of stuff that's always been there, and it's a good chance to hash some of this stuff out, because there is a lot of man hate, and I'm sick of that shit. I've been so sick of that for a long time. I got no problem calling a bad dude a bad dude. Oh, yeah, you support Trump. And what was his badness? In the department store, that lady. Do you think that was a legitimate, what was that lady's name? The crazy lady with the cats? What was E. Jean Carroll, funded by the LinkedIn guy. Reid Hoffman is a political hit job to make sure that Trump can't get in the way of the deep state again. Yeah, I view that as a political hit job. See, you're the conspiracy theorist now. It was proven. Yeah, he wasn't allowed to defend himself the same way in a civil case. No, a criminal court did not find President Trump guilty of anything. Yeah, well, he protects Epstein. They arrested Epstein. He was arraigned, charged. What was that? All that Florida stuff? The one person who called back the prosecutors, I believe, 2 separate occasions on 2 separate days for many hours to actually get that creep locked up behind bars, that was Trump. But yeah, he's the bad guy. Okay.
These women all think they're detectives.
You do think they're detectives. All right, let's check in on the Democrat Party in general. Scott Jennings again. It's been a while since I played a Scott clip. He's always good.
Well, I opened up my social media algorithm this morning, Maria, to find that the principal spokesperson for the Democratic Party, Hassan Piker, was leading a rally last night. Reading a rally last night to celebrate the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
That's
so
not true.
I love the recitation of the talking points. All of the energy in your party is behind a bunch of violent socialists who have taken over the messaging operation of the Democratic Party. And look, midterms are historically good for the party out of power. I wonder if Democrats are squandering their opportunity because they've outsourced all of their energy and messaging to people who want to fundamentally rip out the United States of America root and branch.
That message reeks of desperation on behalf of Republicans.
Pick it up, take a look at it. Are you defending
the midterm elections are just completely not going to be in their favor.
Defend it.
Because you look at the generic ballot,
She won't.
Democrats are ahead. You look at where Americans think which party is going to handle the economy better. Democrats are winning on that. And Scott, I appreciate that you're trying to smear every single...
No. Democrats would not handle anything better.
Democrat with some of the
I'm not
craziness
smearing
that you're
them. They're
talking
smearing
about.
themselves
but
by
it's just
keeping
not
these
true.
violent thugs around.
It's just not true, and the American people aren't buying it.
They're smearing themselves, Maria, by keeping people like this around.
Yeah, Hassan Piker is a vile piece of crap. A vile piece of crap. Hey, speaking of vile pieces of crap, Kenneth is here. No, I'm just kidding, Kenneth. I'm just kidding. I love you, buddy. I couldn't think of a good segue, but I noticed you entered chat. Thanks for being here. Everybody hit the thumbs up button. Hit share. Share the show with a friend, please. Kenneth, I almost felt bad about that, except we joke about everything. So just kidding. Kenneth is a rock star, a superstar. One of our,
Well, I opened up my
favorite regulars here at this bar. All right. TNAM preparedness. I don't know if I put this in our TNAM preparedness group. By the way, if you're on Facebook, go on groups, search TNAM preparedness. One word, preparedness. What if lightning? Oh my God, we got 2 lightning stories. Actually, I don't know if lightning. Well, let me see this one.
I hope it doesn't fall today. Oh my God, it's cracking.
Oh my God. In the storm, this tree cracked, and it's by the shed, the garage, the power lines. This is no bueno.
Oh,
And you can hear it cracking.
it's terrifying. No, it's all good.
We're going to try to strap it so it doesn't just fall over before you get here.
They're on the phone trying to get some help. Like, it's going to take out the power lines and cause a bunch of damage and delay.
But it's
Yeah, it's gonna snap.
Yeah, like, I can't believe this. I didn't even notice this. I didn't know this was happening, and all of a sudden.
Just the difference between men and women. I couldn't believe this was happening. And then all of a sudden, so many words, so little substance versus let me get the straps and strap this thing in. Just yap, 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 saying nothing. I'm going to get the straps and fix this. I don't know. Maybe I'm putting too much into that one. Maybe I'm not. Good idea to get some zip ties put into your bug out bags, everybody. Zip ties are useful for 1,000 things. Go on Amazon right now and order spend $6.99 and get a 50 pack or 100 pack of various sized zip ties. They come in useful for so many things. Kenneth, POC to you too, buddy. No, I was just kidding. Kenneth, out. Just dissipates. Like he went up in a tractor beam on Star Trek or something.
No, that's it.
Yes. I mean, I don't know the update to this story, but try something. What about 1,000? That's not going to hold. You need some good old duct tape on that sucker, and that'll do it. The comments. Brian says, bro, you got to slap it and say, that ain't going anywhere. Shakes head sadly. Oh, ratchet straps would definitely be better. Maybe. Yeah, maybe he didn't have that handy. Or maybe he was expecting the tree to break anyway and didn't want to break a ratchet strap on top of it. Don't forget the bubble gum and duct tape. Yeah, like MacGyver. MacGyver. What's that from, anyone? Kenneth, I think you know that one. MacGyver. Yeah. I only needed it to hold till the tree guys got there. You got to glue it first. I don't know if that's going to buff out. I don't know if that's how that works. Hey, Danette's in there. What's up, Danette? That'll hold. Danette has a mug. Kenneth has a mug. Patriot Warrior has a mug. A lot of you have mugs. Cheers to you. Kenneth calls that tree mend this work. Clever. Tremendous would have been okay. Tree mend this, top notch. All right. Just be prepared. Inclement weather.
Fox was.
Hey, foreign-born man in California stealing. I'm sorry. How much did this creep get away with? Where are our tax dollars going? Here's one case.
Fox was there as Oren Sachar was arrested by the
Warren Sachar.
FBI in Los Angeles, charged with stealing 27 million taxpayer dollars in a hospice fraud scheme.
Hospice fraud. And you know what's, if you watch Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul, or I mean, it could be Scarface. You know, what a problem to have. At some point, having so much money, you can only put so much inside the walls. At some point, spending too much money becomes almost as big a problem as not having enough money. So what do? Of course, buy a Rolls Royce.
Allegedly using some of that money to buy this Rolls Royce Phantom.
He was living the high life. He was making millions of dollars fraudulently and is very brazen. And he finally got caught. And now he's looking at significant prison time.
Federal prosecutors say Sachar operated multiple fraudulent hospices, including one spelled as Holly Trinity. Sachar billed Medicare using
the Leering Center in Holly Trinity. It's holy.
Names and personal information of dead people that his hospice never treated, getting up to $33,000 per patient a year. Prosecutors are also charging 2 accomplices, including this man, Abraham Shin, who allegedly helped connect Sachar with Jeannie Choi, the manager of a mortuary, who gave Sachar names of people who recently passed in exchange for cash.
Man.
Just in case you were wondering, the guy who is running all these...
Holly Trinity. Although, if I'm being honest, to be candid, let me be frank. Oh, you can be frank. I'm Frank Drebin. And don't call me Shirley. Nick Shirley? What? What's happening? Joker Poker, there's a comedy skit in there somewhere. There's a comedy bit. I can't be the only one thinking that. Maybe I am. Holly Trinity would be a pretty fantastic sacrilegious name for a porn actress. Holly Trinity. Well, Trinity is like the character in Matrix. Holly Trinity. It's at least a good fake name. It doesn't have to be in adult movies, but Holly Trinity is a pretty great fake name. Just saying. Oh, and hello to Arn. Happy to have you, Arn. Checking in with a thumbs up. It's 16 degrees Canadian where he's at. Running late again, but happy to have you. Hello, all the American friends. What's the update on the fires? Is anything getting better? Sure hope so. Praying for everyone. Surely you jest. Oh, I do. And don't call me Nick Shirley. Wait, what? That was the girl's name from Total Recall? Holly Trinity? Was it really? No. Is it? Total Recall. I don't know if I've ever seen Total Recall.
These fraudulent hospice companies and using dead patients. That guy was a foreign-born man, and he's so careless he doesn't even spell the names of his fake hospice companies correctly. Now, why is this important? Well, because it is in California, and what did Gavin Newsom just do? Did Gavin Newsom sign the Stop Nick Shirley Act into law? Yes, Gavin Newsom just signed that into law, and it takes effect October 1st, 2027. So really think about that. This guy was just caught in California. He didn't even spell the name of the hospice companies correctly. And Democrats like Gavin Newsom are now making it illegal to question these things. You cannot even investigate them, which this is the exact kind of...
Don't question my authority. My authority. Okay, no. Holly Trinity does not appear to be a character name from any movie. Molly Hewitt. Trinity, Dominatrix, Holly Trinity, no. No. Not in Total Recall, not that I see. Then I claim Holly Trinity is a great character name.
Fraud that Nick Shirley went and investigated and would catch.
Fox was there as Oren Sachar was arrested by the FBI in Los Angeles, charged with stealing.
Oren Sachar. What is this? I'll follow.
Fox was there.
Okay. The people defending Lindsay Clancy, Killer Clancy. Lindsay Clancy's forensic psychologist chimes in on the case.
I found the account of hallucinations to be, as she described it, it would be very, very unusual to experience it that way. Never having, not before, not since, constantly for 18 minutes. However, if this was a thought, an unwelcome, intrusive thought, but still a thought, that's basically, this is your last chance, you have to kill the kids so you can kill yourself, then that would be consistent with thoughts that she'd been experiencing for some time. She'd been having thoughts about harming herself, that she was, it was going to be very difficult for her to do this in a way that made sense.
Wow, it's kind of like we've been saying, that it was odd that Lindsay Clancy sent her husband away over delusions she was having, over voices she was hearing. She sent him away. She came up with a plan, knew exactly how far he was away. She even looked on her maps to make sure how much time she had. She made sure to send him to a pharmacy across town to give her the most amount of time. Yeah, that seems premeditated to me. And for him to say, and Lindsay Clancy, that she only had delusions for that 18 minutes and then never had them again or before, yeah, I don't see how this insanity plea is going to work out. Everything I've seen today from the court case is absolutely insane. Like, her own lawyer can't even save her at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the week we don't hear that Lindsay Clancy gets her fancy new orange jumpsuit and her new bed in a prison. Let me know your thoughts.
I found the account of hallucinations to be, as she described it, it would be very, very unusual to experience it that way. Never having, not before, not since, constantly for 18 minutes.
Anyway, you're going to get two differing opinions on every topic. Of course, we all know that. You can get your experts that are going to tell you whatever they want you to hear as long as you pay them. Totally aware of that. I don't know. Stay tuned. This case is gripping the country, and I'm having lots of conversations in lots of different groups. And man, there are ladies out there that are getting very angry if you have certain opinions on this case. It's kind of interesting. Arnold chiming in the Valley. They're given the right to return to their homes after the fires to assess. Still terrible what's going on in North America with this heat wave. More folks evacuated in Nevada, California. I think in Oregon and Washington too. Yeah, it's no Joker. I didn't see the movie, so it wouldn't make sense. That is true. Oh yeah, Casey Anthony 3.0. Well, who is 2.0? Defender of the Public says this is solid advice. Zuby, who's a good follow. By the way, I did try to remove that obstruction in my line of sight, and I don't quite think I got it, so I might have to dip into the well again. Zuby says, if you're a man who is dating and considering taking a woman seriously, find out how she acted during COVID and get her opinion on the Lindsay Clancy case first. Just trying to save you some pain. And there are some women getting big mad if you say stuff like that. And it's like, ooh, what is this triggering inside of you? You think it's okay? Because there's angry at the Lindsay Clancy prosecutors and haters is either the husband did it, she's innocent, set that aside for a second, or You just don't understand. What? I don't understand what? That people can snap and almost K their offspring? I do understand. Are you saying we should be okay with it? I really don't get some of the pushback. And yours truly is getting some pushback in several different conversations right now about this. But que sera, sera. For those of you in Rio Linda, California, que sera, sera means what will be, will be. And what you have here is talent on loan from God. Holding here in my formerly nicotine-stained hands, a document. Oh, Rush Limbaugh. Okay, so this is an interesting. Failgram put this out. Breaking. Governor Josh Shapiro in Pennsylvania forces AI data centers to pay for their own electricity in Pennsylvania. Residents will no longer have to pay for data centers' power. Wait, I'm sorry, there's more to this. Mai says, wait a minute. Why would data centers not pay their own bills? What is even going on anymore? Great question. Great question. Danette chimes in, Lindsay Clancy didn't do it. I lived with my ex like that. I had to fight him to stop him from pulling a G on me. Then when I stopped him, he told me I charged for it. Wild, this feels the same. He did it. He's not on trial, though. So what are we supposed to make of that? He's not on trial. Oh, you're talking about not your ex, but you're talking about what's the Clancy husband name? I forget. I don't know. You're saying the husband only agreed to testify if they wouldn't pull his cell phone records. Look, and here's my caveat. I got lots of caveats on this case. If it was the guy, we should fully investigate that and expose that. We're on the same team. Her defense team. What about the claims that her defense team isn't even contesting the fact that she did it? Patrick. There you go, Patrick. Like in Squid something. What's that? SpongeBob? But yeah, why would AI data centers not be paying their own electricity? I like using AI. I like streaming shows. I don't online game, but I would. Why wouldn't they be paying their own bills? That doesn't make any sense to me.
This is...
Oh, here you go. Patriot Warrior. I love that we have a Holly Trinity account now on Rumble. How often can we change account names? Well, we got Holly Trinity in here now. Oh, that's going to live on. Hey, maybe Holly Trinity could be on the softball team. Okay, yeah. And there's claims that Patrick and the prosecutor or the sheriff, or that they bought the house, or that they're cousins. I've heard every variation of it. And if any of it's true, let's go get it. Investigate and indict for sure. I don't want to see any innocent person getting framed for anything. I don't like that shit. Don't like it. See, the left will kill a peaceful person if they don't like what they have to say. The left will frame an innocent person if they don't like what they have to say. I don't think the right does that. The right goes, you're a monster because of the shit you legitimately did. Therefore, here is a repercussion. I don't know any guys saying, I know Patrick did it, but I'm a misogynist and I hate women. I'm an incel. Go get her. To frame Lindsay Clancy. I don't know a single human wanting to frame Lindsay Clancy. How many women were thrilled when President Trump was obviously being framed and set up? Whether it was Fannie Willis, whether it was Jack Smith, whether it was what's that guy? And I always forget his name. Black dude, New York, the district attorney, Alvin Bragg, and the rest. They cheered when innocent people were framed, when peaceful people were cayed. The right doesn't do that. I don't think the right would ever want to frame someone. They just want to go, no. You're verifiably an awful person because of the things you are proven to have done. Go F yourself. Anyway, I was trying to get to the fact that Patriot Warriors, yes, Alvin Bragg, thank you. Alvin, Simon, Theodore, do. I'm on song 7, 8, 9 at this point. But Patriot Warrior in the Rumble chat was talking about Scott Bessent basically saying, let him cook. What's going on with Iran? Well, I think we're done negotiating with Iran. We're pretty much sick of it. The same regime that's allegedly putting out a 10 million or 10 billion, whatever it is, a bounty on Barron Trump's head. Yeah, I don't think there's any negotiating. So full spectrum dominance here. Scott Bessent is telling you what's going to happen in Iran. Every last option. That's what.
Sustained campaign to collapse every last option for Iran. Let there be no ambiguity as to the position of the United States. And economic engagement of any kind with this murderous regime will expose those responsible to the full reach of American power. For decades, this regime has drawn strength from a calculus that regards Iranian retaliation as certain and American enforcement as negotiable. Under President Trump, that era is over. To the ordinary soldiers supporting this regime, as more and more of your paychecks stop or are supposedly just delayed, ask whether your commanders are leading your country to triumph or to ruin. And recall that the Berlin Wall fell when ordinary soldiers decided not to shoot at their own people. And to those who enable Tehran, do not discount the cost of testing Washington's enjoy the rewards of our system while helping those who seek to destroy it. It is now a time for world leaders to make a decision between prosperity and isolation, peace and terror, America and Iran. The campaign we begin today will gather force with every day that follows, and it will not end until this regime stands alone. This is a...
You're either with us or you're against us. Now look, I tried to negotiate with Iran. They say fool me once. Shame on you. If you're gonna fool me twice, I can't get fooled again. Okay, I think I found it. I had two strays that were like curled underneath, and they were like right there. They're gone now. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Song number 8, 9, or 10 of the show. It'd be funny if someone could do a song. But anyway, that's what's going on with Iran. It's a slow chokehold. It's like, we're just going to lean. We don't have to do anything. We're on top of you. We got you in chokehold. We're just going to lean on you. You're going to run out of energy. Sooner the better. This isn't going to end well. I would like it ended. I don't like that we're there. I don't want to be there 6 months later. I was sucked into the illusion that this might be a quick thing like Venezuela was. And I was excited. I'm like, I'm just so sick of Iranian shit. All the crap they've been up to. Wait, no volume. No volume on what? You could hear wait, can everybody hear me? I shouldn't be on mute. Let me turn it up. The shit you legitimately did, therefore... Playback seems to be playing back. Which is nice. Yeah, I mean, it's not like the U.S. is sustaining heavy losses. We are sustaining losses. Every serviceman could be Izzy, you know? Somebody I want to see. I'm actually wearing the shirt today. Aim high, fly right, or fly, fight, and win. There we go. Air Force. You know, every serviceman or woman that perishes, it's just another awful thing. And that's exactly what military is. It's force. Okay, you can hear me. My volume is glitchy, sometimes on, sometimes off. Is it? Okay, well, you're the second one saying that then. All right, then how about this? I'll hit refresh. I don't know. Maybe it's a glitch. This is how the sausage is made. Reload.
While helping those.
Did you see the green screen there? I feel like I'm the Wizard of Oz. I'm not really a bar. However, I am in a bar. My name's Brian the Bartender. We're talking about stories on the screens behind us, and we welcome your conversation, your thoughts, your chats, your jokes, and all of those things. Today's meal is on me, of course. However, when you get your tab, when I clock out, it'll be $0 and free cents. I'm bartending. I work off tips. So if you're having a good time, if you want to contribute to a good cause, and you like if you like the dishes we're serving, if you like the drinks that we're slinging, please consider becoming a monthly sponsor on Patreon, Rumble, or YouTube by searching The New American Media. And just subscribe, become a subscriber. As little as $5 a month. It really helps. And I know they take all their fees out of it. Patreon fees are pretty decent. Maybe Rumble and YouTube are a little bit more, but like it all matters and it does transfer and it's all super appreciated. It helps us keep the lights on here so we can power up the TVs to find the shows that you want to see so that we can talk about them. You can do one-time Rumble rant tips or super chat tips. Toss a couple silver coins into the tip jar back there. Always appreciated. Venmo and Cash App is at Brian Engelman, and PayPal, the email address is fuzzinstallment@yahoo.com. Izzy doing well? Question mark. He is. Period. I haven't talked to him in a couple days, but he just went to a rodeo with his base. Like 100 members of his base went to a rodeo. Looking for an update on how that went. His first rodeo. Coincidentally enough, when I met Izzy on my street in Los Angeles, 2 streets down was called Rodeo. We're in the hood, so we got rodeo. Down in Beverly Hills, they call it rodeo. In the hood, we got rodeo. Although, as I was leaving, they changed the name of that road to Obama Boulevard. I lived in the hood. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, indeed, I did. Yes, indeed, I did. Okay, so if you can hear me now, let me pull up the music. No music. Stop. There we go. Woof. So it doesn't get much bleaker than the U.S. Army offering 4 days of Grand Theft Auto 6. We'll give you a break. You can take a little vacation and just for 4 days play GTA in exchange for several years of additional service. Anton Hand says, I think this is actually the darkest video game industry headline I've ever read. Yeah, just sign on the dotted line. You can play some video games for a little bit, and then we got you for more years. So, yeah. That is a real thing. They're offering that as like a bonus to get you signed up.
I would rather.
Oh, this is a long report by Ben Swan and Just Pearly Things, but let's take a quick listen here. Ben's laying out his take on Lindsay.
I would rather not have you on tonight. I've got to say this. I would rather have a conversation with a doctor about SSRIs, about psychotic drugs, about the effect that it has. And yet the conversation online isn't about that. People are not.
Yeah, I am all in favor of having conversations about SSRIs, selective serotonin re-up intake inhibitors. Yeah, how many school shooters are on SSRIs? What kind of delusions and what's happening? And are people messing with these people? All sorts of questions. That's the conversation I'd like to have. Hang on, Joker, what is the penny glitch? I don't know what that is. Yeah, I would like to talk about SSRIs. That's a productive conversation, but what we're getting now isn't really.
Not talking about that. The crowds of women who are showing up at the courthouse aren't saying, Pfizer, we have a problem. They aren't saying we have a problem with SSRIs. They're saying this is about the way I feel as a woman, and I kind of understand why you might kill your kids. Or is this really what we're watching here?
Yeah, we're finding out that women are not good with kids. They're not very good mothers, and they're not as nurturing as we previously thought. Remember, women have aborted 1/8 of the world population, so it doesn't really surprise me that women are defending Lindsay Clancy because 1 out of 4 women has killed their kid. So
yeah, that's a tough statistic. It really is. I've seen videos online also now where it's like some woman throwing like water on her baby's face, and it's just all these kind of weird responses that are coming out of it. And I even saw one today, I'm sure you'll know this reference, with a man holding his child, and he put like a fake tear and he says, I understand Chris Benoit. And it's like, I understand some people are trying to be funny with it, but it's just like the whole thing just feels so gross to me that we're actually having a conversation like I can understand why someone might kill their own children.
yeah, I mean, again, it's because women have aborted, 20 to 30% of the world population, a third of Gen Z. So
how much of this do you think is a result of that? Like, is it the majority of it? Do you think that some of this is, hey, this has just become so much a part of our culture that it's the natural progression of it is to move beyond just, a child in the womb to now, a child at any point?
Well, women are fighting to not have to reproduce with average men. So that's why women fight for abortion so hard, is because women, their biological imperative is to reproduce with the best genetics possible. And so.
Buyer's remorse after getting knocked up by a 4 or a 5 or a 6, but every lady deserves a 10. You need the 6-foot millionaire man. Oh, really? Yeah, there's a confidence quagmire that we're kind of facing in the dating world. You hear about it often. And then men, every time you open up any social media app, you're comparing everything to, I used to say photoshopped. Ooh, that feels so old now. AI images, touched up photographs, fake ladies and boobs and butts and parts everywhere, and everything's just sex, 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 sex. And so that'll obviously warp your opinion on who you're with and do you want to be with that person forever. Lots of comments talk about it being a psyop to turn men against women. Well, I mean, what do you think the Democrat Party is? Democrats are women. Republicans are men. That's it. I know it's not exactly that simple, but it sort of is. The Democrats are the party of women and abortion. Republicans are the party of men and whatever. So is it this case? I don't know if it is. I can't say it is a psyop, a psychological operation, something like a false flag, something created just to do this. But attention, we are all out of abortion license plates. Repeat, we are all out of abort license plates. I think I have it upstairs. My brother got me a Bort license plate. I don't know if it was like one where you could like print your own. I think it's a California license plate that says Bort. But Kenneth, you didn't get my reference to The Simpsons earlier. I said it 3 times. I said it twice, 3 times in a row. That's funny. But yeah, there is a, if you can't be a millionaire with a 6'4", I don't know, whatever, mate. And I don't know. Let's throw this one back. I'll catch a better one. Well, you can't. You've already created a third. Yeah, just erase that one. I can do better.
So yeah, that's why women are fighting pretty hard for
Shouldn't they
it.
stop having sex with average men if that's the case?
You would think that'd be too hard.
Stop letting average men get you pregnant, and then you don't have to worry about that problem anymore.
Yeah, well, a lot of women don't qualify because most women in America are overweight.
My God, I mean oh God. Oof.
Quarter of STDs, and then when you include SSRIs and mental illness.
How many ladies have Trump derangement syndrome? Since Democrats are the party of ladies, you hear horror stories about normal dudes just trying to meet a normal lady somewhere, and you're like, oof, good luck.
Most women don't qualify for the top men in society.
But they think they do. They've convinced themselves, or society has, that you deserve everything, sweetheart. You deserve the best. Gillette, the best a man can get.
So.
Well, and either way, right? Yeah. The top of any group is going to be a very small number of people. So,
correct.
Unless we're living in a polygamous culture where he's going to take on multiple women, probably not going to work out very well.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's leading to a lot of the incels, the involuntarily celibate. Oh, wait. Okay, Total Recall with the 3 Bs. Okay, I do remember Total Recall now. All right. Yeah, I thanks. I got the image like a frying pan to the face.
But I've been saying for years that women are not nurturing and they're not good with kids. Women are the most likely ones to abuse children. They're the most likely ones to neglect children. Women have the option to drop babies off at fire stations and still choose. We're seeing case after case after case of women throwing their babies in dumpsters. So this is kind of the natural progression because we've had 50 years of all this propaganda saying that women are the nurturing gender.
Oh, wait a minute. That's what you meant with Holly Trinity 3. I brought up adult films. Oh, yeah, that's so obvious. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got you now. That's Trinity 3. Okay, got you now.
Without women having to do anything to prove that. When really, if you look at the statistics and who raises better kids, men are the nurturing gender. Men are better with children.
I mean, the statistics don't lie. That is statistically true. And
although Scott Adams says all statistics lie.
Yeah.
It's also statistically true that child abuse is higher among women than it is among men, despite the fact that most people would assume the opposite to be true.
Anyone out there ever have a mom? Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to speak ill of the dead. Thanks, Fauci. Because, of course, as you know, the breathing distress took my mother out, and that was at the very beginning of COVID, and I blame Fauci for so much of that. Have you ever met your friends' moms? Oh, my gosh, my mom's mom. On my mom's deathbed, man, she somehow the topic of her mother came up, and you could see fire come up in her eyes. Unresolved, unforgiven, anger, perhaps. It's a stressful situation. I can't put complete stock into that moment. We're all afforded some grace when we're at our worst, of course, or our weakest, our most vulnerable, what have you. But yeah, men are consistently thought of as the bad guys and the abusers. How often are women held accountable in any arena to the same degree that men are presumed to be bad? You want to talk about another reason why people aren't having kids? Look at the shame and the shambles that our family courts are in. I mean, good luck if you're a dude. You're guilty unless presumed otherwise. And how many of those judges are going to be angry females who are going to look at you through the lens of men bad, women good? Men cause all the problems. Women are perfect. I don't know. I don't know if the Lindsay Clancy case is making people crazy. I'm not going to say that it's a psyop, but it's maybe certainly exposing a lot of what's always been there. The anger, the resentment, the there you go. Danette. Ding, 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 went the trolley. Ring, 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 went the bell. I think I've sang about 10 or 11 times on today's show already. Generational trauma. Okay. It's a good one right there. Generational trauma is I don't know that this Lindsay Clancy case is doing anything specifically to change anything or create anything. I think it's ripping off a scab from something that hasn't healed properly. Well, I know it's lunch and we're having our fine. Tell me, tell me in chat, question of the day. What are you doing right now? Are you currently at work? If so, what are you working on? You're doing paperwork, doing arts and crafts, fashioning a blade from the forge. Patriot Warrior's probably doing that. He's got ching, ching. Tell me what everybody's doing right now. Because I'm talking about the scab thing. Wouldn't be a show if Joker Poker couldn't work in naked chicken chalupas. There's your gold star for the day. What I'm saying is this. I can't think of a non-gross way to say it, so I just have to say it. You peel off a scab. And I was a bike rider. I played every sport. I was just always roughing and tumbling. And man, did I have some wounds on me over the years. Jeez. The road rash and the big crusty scab on the elbow. And you're like, oh, all sorts of them. But occasionally the body would heal and form a scab, but it would get redder and more infected. And you'd have to take the scab off. And there'd be all sort of pus and stuff because it wasn't healed. It was gross. It needed to be washed and get antibiotic. I think we're peeling off scars from things that have never healed, which is sort of basically what Danette was saying with generational trauma. I don't know if Trump made everyone crazy or everybody just latched onto him as like the perfect villain in a movie. And for 10 years, people have had Trump derangement syndrome and it's making them crazy. Or if they've always been crazy, they were just hiding it before. Is the Democrat Party now suddenly the party of terrorists and violence? Or hasn't it always been that way? Back to William Ayers, Bill Ayers. Remember Barack Hussein Obama, of course. I know, I'm sorry, Danette, but I'm just saying the generational trauma has never healed, so it's going to be a problem. And I think this case is making us go through the painful process of seeing what's there and going, oh, okay. Geez, I thought we were, all right, we got to address this now, don't we? Marion's CAD drafting, all right. Yeah, that's what y'all do. Danette says, if I had a lot of evidence to go to trial to get full custody, he told me it would be expensive to fight. Put my exercise, showed me what I had, and got primary and the second house. All right. Yeah, and look, a lot of women are taking awful, horrific, shitty experiences with their person and maybe doing a little too much extrapolating. Not talking about you, Danette. I'm just saying some. And there's some men that have watched other people go through divorce and watched people get taken to the cleaners and go, I'm never getting married. So they'll hook up and situationship up, but they don't want to commit because they don't want to get burned. Why don't they want to get burned? Because the family justice system, the divorce courts, have been 98% against men forever. And they know it's a losing battle. They know that they can't win, so they don't want to play the game. They're risking too much. It's playing a game of poker, and it's going to cost you too much money to buy in. There's all sorts of things going on, and they're all playing a different role. Venn diagram, all the circles overlapping a little bit. All right, so Marion's CAD drafting. Danette's cleaning, working on an appraisal. Nice. This shithole. I know. I wonder how many people feel about their house that it's a shithole. No, I'm so close to it. I always look at the projects that have not been completed. I was listening to someone talk about this today, like athletes, how they'll focus, they'll hyperfixate on the plays that went bad. But what they don't do is they don't focus enough on what they did correctly. And I cannot get my hair to stop doing that thing. Look at all the times I made this play correctly. Look at all the times I was in the right position and I made the tackle and I forced the play inside where the linebacker took care of it. But like, we focus on the area where we made a mistake, we slipped, the guy was better than us, whatever. Yeah, but we don't focus on all the good things. We focus on all the little things that, that ceiling fan is working weird. I got to disconnect it and turn off the, do I have to rewire this? Am I really going to go through well, sometimes we can see nice things as shitholes, even if they aren't. But Arnold is watching our channel instead of cutting the grass. Arn, do you have Wi-Fi? Do you have can you take your cell phone with earbuds and because look, when I cut the grass, and I love cutting the grass. I love it. I actually love it. It's relaxing. It's exercise. It's sun. I love it. I listen to podcasts when I cut the grass all the time, and music. It's like a little bit of both. Anyway, this is an ongoing conversation. That was pretty good. I want to listen to more, but we got more stories.
I would rather not have you on tonight. I've got to.
Elizabeth Barkahana says, one way we evaluate candidates who have never been elected before and have no record yet is by their associations. It's sort of all we have. So let's look at Mohammed El Sayed. He chose to campaign with Hassan Piker multiple times, knowing Piker's anti-American, anti-white, anti-Jewish, super violent views. Trying to distance himself now with a lukewarm statement like this that contradicts so many things he himself has done and said is transparently disingenuous. In addition to Piker, Mohammed El Sayed has even closer associations with even more violent extremism. Father-in-law, president of CARE, the Muslim Brotherhood, and helped to bring in over $100 million from CARE members. Sister with a violent criminal record, who's a university professor that calls for a communist revolution in America and blessed October 7th. He has a mother who worked for a terrorist organization with ties to Osama bin Laden and funding from the family of a man serving a life sentence in Egypt for connections to the Muslim Brotherhood. Oh, look at that. I believe all Americans deserve the right to advocate for what they believe without fear of violence. It's particularly true for communities that have been intimidated for beliefs in the past. He has a commitment to Jewish safety now. Do you now? Sure you do, pal. Sure you do, Syed. Sure you do. I want to be crystal clear. Nobody speaks for this campaign besides me. No, Hassan speaks very well for your campaign. Y'all are buddies. And while politicians and pundits try to make this race about a Twitch streamer, no, he's like the de facto spokesman of the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party has no spokesman. The spokesman is Hassan Piker. Prove me wrong. Hassan Piker is in charge of the Democrat Party now. Who else speaks more eloquently for the Democrat Party? Because the Democrat Party has been conquered by the socialists, the communists, the Islamists, the globalists. Democrats soon to be extinguished. Michiganders. What is this? Oh, Twitch streamer Hassan Piker says American Jews who support Israel are inviting violence, targeting Jeremy Moss, showing his picture while stating that eventually someone will come around and take action, not against Israel, but against American Jews. Okay. Hassan Piker is literally called, and by the way, mocking and dancing, laughing at Charlie Kirk's assassination on stage as the leader of your Democrat Party, you fucking assholes. We do not hate these Democrats enough. We do not hate Hassan Piker enough because they hate you. I'm not advocating any sort of violence, but trust me, they are laughing and celebrating the political violence against anybody who's not a commie, Marxist, socialist, Islamist. They hate you. They hate you. They want to exterminate you, all while crying about a genocide during a war. Can you believe death is happening in a war? It's a genocide. All war is violent, which is why you should work to avoid it instead of constantly fucking bombing your neighbors, you fucking assholes. That's all I have to say about that. That's all I have to say about that. Fuck. But I've made a few comments that we do not hate them enough. They're putting hits out on so many people. And they've got their brown shirts. They've got their army of dipshits that would more than happily snuff somebody out. Tyler Robinson style. Or exploding microphone style. Or whatever style it is. Wow. If that quote, well, if this comment comes from Congresswoman Hillary Scholten, Hassan Piker talked about Jeremy Moss, showed his picture, and said eventually someone will come around and take action, not against Israel, but against American Jews. Dog whistle much? Call to violence much, huh? Okay, gonna move on. That got me riled up. But like I haven't like been chiming in on this, and I hadn't read that comment until this very moment. Patriot says, "Go Brian, tell it like it is, and how 85 plus million of us think." I think it's more than 85 million. I didn't read his quote until this moment, and that's what burst out of me. I really like alien style. I often try to save my genuine reactions for this show. Sometimes I'll watch the beginning of a clip without knowing the full context or where it's going, and I think it provides a more honest reaction. Hassan Piker calls for violence against American Jews and directly naming a Michigan elected official and future congressional colleague, Jeremy Moss, is unacceptable. Full stop. Piker is a hack who thrives on hate, shock, and awe because he lacks substance. It's dangerous for everyone. Oh, speaking of shock and violence, that motherfucker likes to shock his dog if the dog wants to stand up. Fuck that guy. I fucking hate Hassan Piker. Fuck that guy. Yeah, have you ever seen? He wasn't even on my radar for a very long time. When I watched him torture his dog because the dog wouldn't stay completely still during his entire marathon restream or his Twitch stream. I said what I said. Kenneth's honeydew list is decaying. I got a couple things. I gotta just like lock in and lock this stuff down. Arnold says, I like my home. It's what I built 28 years ago. Still have lots of things to complete, but it only cost me $20K. Oh my God. Land and all. I cannot nor will not go into debt for even a price of gum. Yeah, bravo. Oh, I hate Hassan Piker. Hillary Schlacken says, not Hassan Piker daydreaming about being me. As if, keep dreaming, pal. There's only one of us hurting the chances of a Democrat majority in November, and it ain't me. Oh, no. There's plenty of things hurting the chances, the 0% chances of a Democrat majority in November. And it's all of your awful ass backward policies, you lousy Democrats. Anyway, whatever. I spent enough time on that. Hey, let's check in and see how... Oh, is this AI? No! Is this AI? at the top of the bridges in Los Angeles, homeless encampments and people hanging laundry and televisions. Oh, they're saying this is AI. Hold on. What proof? What's the proof that this is AI? This is exactly what I anticipate Los Angeles would look like at this point. Now that I left and everything fell, I was the only thing holding Los Angeles together, people. Actually, in my hood, I sort of was. But I digress. No, the homeless got so out of control for so many years. Ah, darn, it's AI. Well, Hassan Piker's going to have to try to backtrack on some comments. You know, America deserved 9/11. Well, in front of an audience, he's going to say the opposite because, like, I got to apologize, he's thinking. Listen to the audience reaction, saying that America does not deserve 9/11.
America does not deserve 9/11. That's my new thing now. He's rehashing his image.
Boo, boo, boo. Who are these anti-American fuckwads? What are they doing here? We have a boat to paddle. What are you doing in the back of this boat? Booing, because of course America's deserved 9/11 according to that audience. Fucking gross. I don't even know. Look, you can have as many problems with the Trump 2 terms as you want. You can be disappointed, you could be angry or frustrated, or you could be concerned about geostrategic partnerships, alliances, Israel being the number one of them, but there could be, throw a dart anywhere on the globe. There's 1,000 places you could say, well, why are we doing this? Why are we partnering with this group? Why are we partnering with this corporation? Why is so-and-so in the cabinet? Why? You can have a million legitimate grievances, but I cannot find you one good reason to vote Democrat anywhere, ever. I don't get it. On the list of the top 50 most important things, if you make sense on 5 of your points, congratulations. You're polling at 10% sanity. I just don't even get it. I just don't get it.
America does not deserve 9/11. That's my new thing now. He's rehashing his image.
Yeah. How can you coexist with these people, says End Wokeness. America. And that might have worked out. By the way, speaking of angry, for no good reason, Instagram won't let me click to expand this, but Dr. Lynn Finn. Let me look this up on Grok because I wanted to double check this. Was this her name? Sorry, let me zoom in. Fiona Simpson. God, there's 2 stories about getting caught outside in inclement weather. This says she was caught outside with her infant daughter when large hail began pounding down. She threw herself over the child, taking the full force of the ice on her back and shoulders and arms. Dude, she looks like she got whooped. The photos showed the result, deep, widespread bruising across her body, and the baby was unharmed. It says, in a world full of Lindsays, be a Fiona. They won't let you see that. 2018, Queensland, Australia. Driving with infant daughter and grandmother, sudden severe hailstorm. Hail smashed the car windows and flooded the interior with ice and rain and wind. Holy crap. She unbuckled. I thought she was just out for a walk or something. She unbuckled, climbed into the back, shielded her screaming baby with her own body for about 30 seconds, then pulled the child out of the car seat and moved her to the front floor under the pedals for better protection while the grandmother held her briefly. Second window was shattered during this. Simpson was injured by the hail, but prioritized her daughter's safety. The story went viral. Queensland's premier recommended her for a bravery award. In a world of Lindsay Clancy's, be a Fiona. But Instagram doesn't want you to see this story and see that last post because it won't let me get to it. At the top of the hour, that's a good reminder of why I can't rely on places like Facebook or Instagram or Google, YouTube to bring me a paycheck each week. But I try to deliver fun and entertainment. So if you haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing on Patreon, Rumble, or YouTube, The New American Media, as little as $5 a month, $60 a year. It makes a big difference. Please consider it if you haven't. Thank you to everybody who has contributed all of the things. Running a special on merch. If you want all 4 pieces of merch, shoot a Venmo with your address. $100. Normally $115 separately for you. 8 wooden Ohio-made coasters, the Unhappy Hour Sports Show pin, and a mug for the New American Media. Of course, Venmo and Cash App is at Brian Engelman. PayPal is fuzzinstallment@yahoo.com email address. And you can also drop Rumble rant tips and Super Chat tips if you're feeling so inclined. All right, well, that's just for no reason. Instagram doesn't work on this story, and I just can't really trust social media overlords to let me get my message out or monetize and earn a living, so we crowdfund. Representative, can't click this one either. Now that's messed up. Can't click on a congresswoman's account. But she says here, she puts out a lot of good sounding things. I don't know how many are crossing the finish line as policy, but she says foreign governments should not be able to secretly bankroll influencers to push propaganda on Americans. I agree. Today, I introduced the bipartisan Foreign Propaganda Disclosure Act to bring social media influencers under FARA and expose who is paying them. Americans deserve to know who's behind the message. Yes. Yeah, all of them. All of them. Oh, that's interesting. Arnold says there's 3-acre lots available in Arizona for 12 to 15 grand. These are things which offer you freedom from living in the cities and completely off-grid capability. Man, if I had the cash. Yeah, I have a hard drive right there, and I'm going to see if I can save the data. It was zipped, and I couldn't open it up, maybe because it was too full to access, and we'll see what happens there. But I did a whole documentary on the Earthships. Lots of interviews with the creator of Earthships, Michael Reynolds. Off the grid, self-sustainable. That's in New Mexico, right next door. Maybe that's what I should do. Sell everything. Go buy a little off-the-grid Earthship and just... maybe that's what I'll do. Now you got me thinking about it. It's the good life. Patriot Warrior chimes in and says, all right, I'm 100% good with Trump. It's the corrupt GOP, the lying legacy media who is making him look bad. Well, there's a lot of that. Trump is not even, I can't see your comment. Every time I take a look. Oh, there we go. Trump has not even had one stinking week of all this time as president to get any of his mandates through. Yeah, he's being blocked everywhere. Oh, wait a minute. Something occurred. Danette tossed a couple bucks into the tip jar through Venmo. Danette, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I can't copy that as like a Rumble rant or a Super Chat tip on the screen for public praise, but public praise and thank you. I appreciate you. You know, I try to create spaces on the New American Media where people can offer all sorts of, let's hash it out. We can agree to disagree. It's fine. There are very few opinions where I'm just going to like tune you out as being dead to me. You know, we don't have to agree on everything to be cool with each other. You know, that's what I want. This used to be called the Agree to Disagree show. And this is sort of why I kind of keep going back to that. I want robust conversation. I want robust conversation. And I think we do that here. Anyway, thank you, Danette. Appreciate that. Anna Paulina Luna, thank you for that. Can't click and expand this one either.
Supreme Court is allowing President.
What in hell is going on with Instagram? The Labor Department just dropped new wage data, and it's brutal. Corporate profits are up 47%. This is according to not Owen Schroyer. Owen, God, it's too small. I can't. Do I dare get my glasses? Corporate profits up 47% since 2020. Oh, good grief. There we go. Worker wages are up 12% in the same time period. Meanwhile, groceries are up 35%, rent's up 40%, and utilities are up 28%. Your paycheck grew 12% and your bills grew 35%. The math is simple. You're getting poorer every year, even when you get a raise. You can't budget your way out of this. The system is designed so your income can never catch up to your expenses. It's not an accident, that's policy. Well, that's depressing, isn't it? Hey, we got a comment here. Let me address this. I can't put it up on the screen, but he's asking, B. McCormick, what's up? B. McCormack asking, when is Strictly Football coming back? Season 3. I believe we're going to air live the week. Let me see. When is the first football game? NFL game. We're August 25. I mean, we're what, 2 weeks away? 1.5 weeks away? When is the first game? It'll be the week of the first game. So I think we have like roughly 2 weeks. Oh, I guess our show would probably need to be Monday or Tuesday, September 7th or 8th, because the New England Football Patriots take on the reigning Super Bowl champ Seattle Seahawks, 8:20 p.m. on NBC from Lumen Field, September 9th. So our first football show, that's how B. McCormick found us. He liked our football content. Yeah, I love football. Flippin' love football. Cleveland Browns named Deshaun Watson the starting quarterback. I'll save it for another show. But yeah, it'll be the next Thursday. It's next Wednesday. So I guess I better reach out to Mike and Jim and see if we're gonna do this maybe Monday or Tuesday if it works. Tuesdays had worked before. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. Pencil in Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Pencil it in. I'll have to check with the boys. But yeah, Strictly Football coming back. Season 3. Myself, Mike Barra, Jim Mitchell. Izzy's on assignment, so he'll be out this season. These people don't let him do live streams. Probably a good reason. You don't want young men just stream of conscious, blurting out whatever comes to mind, and it just, maybe keep some thoughts to yourself. Something we don't do very much these days. I love football. McCormick, who's your favorite team? Who's your favorite player? And are you playing any fantasy football leagues? Same question to everybody else. Who's your favorite team? Danette's is the Cowboys. A lot of you are probably the Cowboys. A lot of Texas people here. We know that Arn likes the Rough Riders because he's in Canada. Didn't the Rough Riders have 2 teams called the Rough Riders? I'm just joking. Anyway, that's the state of the economy, and that's what the Democrats are banking on. They want people so frustrated by a tough economy that they'll...
Supreme Court is allowing President Trump's executive order...
Okay, I can't click on this either. Oh, this is beyond frustrating at this point. Anyway, Scott Pressler put this out. Listen to President Trump's executive order update. Here we go.
Supreme Court is allowing President Trump's executive order restricting mail-in voting to continue. It was a split 6-3 decision with all 3 liberal justices dissenting.
Done. That's one more win, which is good. Got to keep going. Got to keep winning. So Gentry Geevers put this out and see, I can click on this and share it. Okay, yeah, thank you for the reminder. I'll try to remember. McCormick's favorite team is the Steelers. Hines Ward, favorite player. When you say high dollar league, how high a dollar? I'd previously talked about how fun it would be to be in a $1,000 yearly buy-in league. With key caveats, you must, for the draft, you must show up in Las Vegas in a tuxedo, $1,000 buy-in. Now that would be a heck of a year-end bonus if you can pull off a win. No sports for Patriot Warrior. That's fair. It's bred in circuses, but it also taught me a million important life lessons that really helped me. And I love it. I love the competition, the strategy, the feats of strength. All right. Gentry Geaver says Trump confirms ICE proceedings against Ilhan Omar over alleged fraud. The Supreme Court allows Trump's mail-in ballot restrictions to take effect. The Trump administration to revoke the visas of up to 200,000 asylum seekers. Ninth Circuit says district courts can't block ICE operations over past harms. ICE arrested 1,328 illegals in Virginia and Maryland in just 14 days. Trump to impose a $100,000 fine on H-1B visas. He's been on a roll today. Imagine hating this. Winning. Hashtag winning.
They're singing.
Lots of big wins. So you wonder why I went off on Hassan Piker a minute ago? Patrick Bet David.
Singing the song mocking the great Charlie Kirk. Go for it.
How cringe.
It's Hassan Piker singing, allegedly. My understanding of that is incorrect. I apologize, but I think that's Hassan Piker singing, being afraid to die and singing about adding lyrics about Charlie Kirk to cheers and applause and laughter from the crowd. Also, mocking the gospel and mocking hymns.
You know he's going to go on what is he on?
Twitch.
Whatever the hell he's on. He's going to sit there in his room while he's probably zapping his...
Wait, Danette, I had you pegged as a Cowboy fan. My bad. Must be confusing you somewhere. You don't do any sports. Okay. My bad. Okay, well, you know what? My apologies. Maybe that was Marion. Dallas Cowboy fan, favorite player will be whoever scores the most fantasy points. Well, there you go. B. McCormick is a $100 buy-in, only 10 people. It's a keeper league, so we get to keep 2 roster spots a year. Can I encourage you to maybe consider doing a dynasty league? Draft your team, that's your team forever. You can trade up to 2 years of players and draft picks, and every year there's a 40-person, 4-round draft. I mean, like, that's your team, your fingerprints, and you really get to be a GM. 2 players to carry over, it's helpful. It's good, but like if you can carry all your players over, that's something special. I would encourage you to maybe consider it.
Freaking dog in the neck and the back. But
the dog. Yeah.
This is what really drives me crazy. Well, number one, it's not about Hassan Piker. We're talking about him because he's doing stupid stuff. It's not about him. It's about all the people behind it that he's campaigning for, and all the hugging AOC and all these Abdullah whatever. He says, if you can't say my name, say it. I don't care about you.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Whatever the hell his name is. But it's like, bro,
that's Schwarzenegger.
Like Hassan knew Charlie. You know what I mean? Like you shared the stage with him. You debated with him. You disagreed about everything, but Charlie treated you with respect, okay? And now he's gone, and you're on stage mocking him and doing all this.
Arn confirming, yes, there are two Rough Riders teams. Ottawa Rough Riders, Saskatchewan Rough Riders. And them Eastern teams always find dead. Yeah, I remember that was an old Simpsons joke about the Rough Riders versus the Rough Riders. Favorite Cowboy of all time, Cole Beasley. Hey, keep your eyes peeled on the kid out of Ohio State you took in the first round this year. Ooh. Caleb Downs. Dude he's got Hall of Fame potential written all over him. Let's see how it plays out. I like his head. I like his game. Let's see if his body can hold up. I'll be rooting for him forever. And Ezekiel Elliott, I loved Emmitt Smith.
They're singing the song.
No. Bill Malugin reports, yes, DHS tells Fox that ICE quietly carried out one of its most successful operations in agency history, arresting 1,300 and change in a 14-day span in Virginia and Maryland. So Democrats would go, no. No. Wait. And yeah, Associated Press says U.S. is preparing to rescind 200,000 business and tourism visas in the largest mass visa revocation ever. Wait. And now the Supreme Court cleared the way for President Trump's executive order restricting mail-in voting ahead of the midterms. So how are the Democrats coping? No. Wait. Is it possible there's a plan? Is it possible that winning is going to happen? We shall see. I know, B. McCormick, your Steelers picked up Jack Sawyer and Will Howard. Go Buckeyes. I know. Yes, Caleb Downs is a monster. Oh, Tony Dorsett, Herschel Walker. Yeah, it was that Herschel Walker trade that got you guys on the Cowboys. Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith. That offensive line, like you guys got so much back. Almost as much as the Browns had to give up to get Massage Watson. Yes, Massage Watson. God, I can feel it. I'm talking so much sports. I got to do a sports show. I'll try to do a sports show later. I'm getting set up to do a whatnot show. I got some sports memorabilia, cards and collectibles. I have coins. I'm going to do coins. I don't know if I'm going to do my bug out bags today. But yeah, man, I got sports on the mind big time. And I did invest. I did get a Will Howard rookie. I like Will Howard a lot. Led the Buckeyes to a championship. Parlor Watson. I like Massage Watson because it's got the SH sound. You feel left out? Well, then, oh, shit. Oh, I don't want to do it. I don't have time to do it. I can't take on any more stuff. But we should have a Trash Pandas fantasy team. How fun would that be? A Trash Pandas fantasy football team. How cool would that be? Just out of curiosity, I'm not saying I'm going to do this. Patriot Warrior, would you play fantasy football? Joker Poker, would you play fantasy football in a Trash Panda league? Tango Liberty. F sports, I'm out. No, I get like the current backlash against the woke professional leagues and ESPN, ABC, Disney. I get the pushback against all that crap. But sports in its purest form is still great. Danette, would you play fantasy football if we had a league? Just out of curiosity. Not that I'm saying we're going to do it. I was just kind of... No. Here's one from Pace Morby. Imagine buying your couch, paying it off completely, then getting a bill every year for the rest of your life just for continuing to use the couch. And if you stop paying, eventually someone can come take your couch. That would be stupid, right? This is a post about property taxes. Yeah, mine doubled. Or they went up by $100 a month anyway. For no reason, just Yeah, we want to take more of your stuff now. Cool. Based on... Huh? Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It is unfair to punish homeowners. It is not right. It is not right. We pay most of my water bill is all for the sewers and stuff. I'm already paying for the infrastructure through all of the special little charges on my water bill. I'm paying for electricity, and that goes back into the fund to maintain the grid that everyone uses. And don't get me started on roads. We all use roads and sidewalks. Way too much has been dumped at the foot of property tax. Can't stand it. What? Joker Poker will play fantasy as long as he can get Johnny Manziel and Michael Jordan. Well, it can be argued Johnny can't play NFL football, and Michael Jordan never did. So maybe those could be your first 2 draft picks. We should be in a league, and it should be a very expensive league. Ken is saying auto racing is about the only sport I like. But would you play if we had a Trash Pandas fantasy league? Would it be enough to entice you to at least give half a shit? Because look, I'm not encouraging this. I'm just out of curiosity if anybody would be interested in playing. Just morbid curiosity. Because I just dropped one league. I'm getting dynasty questions. I got to do a bunch of stuff, and it's like, it's almost not even worth the energy anymore. But like once you start playing, it sort of runs itself. Waiver wire, you pick up free agent players, and it's all just kind of ranked on how it's anticipated they're going to do. You don't have to think too much. You just kind of go through roster management with injuries and bye weeks. I know it's a little bit of work, but Kenneth says auto racing is about the only sport I like. And you watched the Freedom 250, by the way. How was the Freedom 250? I saw that it happened. I think it's cool. I think it's great, actually. I think it's great that President Trump is doing cool things to make America a cool place so that we can have a little bit of flippin' pride over this place that the Ilhan Omars and the Hassan Pikers and the Democrat Party does nothing but bash every day nonstop. Yeah, biggest fireworks display in human history. That's cool. That's objectively cool. Having an MMA match is cool. Auto racing is cool. America does cool, big things. Kenneth gambled on football in the past. Is this where you go into like a flashback scene? No, Kenneth, please don't wager our child on the sporting event. But it's a sure thing, Toots. I got a hot tip. It's a can't lose. Please, Kenneth, don't put up our daughter as collateral. I'm telling you, Margaret, it's a sure thing. As sure as the sun's going to rise in the east each day, I'm going to win this football competition, and we will double our money. Oh, no. Oh, dear God, no. But no, this can't be happening. Kenneth, I told you. What about little Billy? Wait a minute, you said it was our daughter. I don't know which gender it was anymore. Maybe our child transitioned out of all of this confusion. Kenneth's gone to the St. Pete Grand Prix. I went to the Cleveland Grand Prix one time. That's Indy cars. That was fun. Never NASCAR, though. I would, but no NASCAR yet. Anyway, that was a post about property tax.
Remember!
Let's end on this one, shall we? Last call. I am clocking out. I'm signing you your tab for the day. Here you go. It's $0 and free cents. It's on the house. Gratis. But remember, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Patreon. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Oh, yeah. Rumble rant tip, super chat tip. If anyone wants to toss something in the tip jar, it's always appreciated. We'll end on this one. This is a nice, snarky one. Sums up today's episode nicely. And remember,
electricity bills are starting to look like you got charged for sunlight, moonlight, street light, the light of the Holy Spirit, and the light at the end of the tunnel.
Until next time.
Until we meet again.
Sorry, that's what it was. Until we meet again. I screwed up the catchphrase. Yeah, no shit. The water bills, the electric bills. I really did a deep dive. I'm looking up every little charge for the sanitation, for the wastewater, for the water service. I'm going, there's no way my bill could be this expensive. And my actual usage is like, all right, your actual usage, you owe us $8 for. Now, for the other $120, it's because of these other things. You're going, what? Yeah. And now I'm wondering about the electric bill, too. Smart meters and all that. Until we meet again. Exactly. Oh, Kenneth went with the Vegas picks and it did well. That's good. Remember, who always wins when you gamble? The house. And look, Jim Mitchell and Mike Barra, they like to get into the weeds on the betting components. I like to talk about fantasy components. So maybe if I put my stuff together, I could do a nice little quick fantasy segment about top performers, people to watch for, injury replacements, and just all cram it into because those two don't give a shit about fantasy football. Now, I don't particularly give a shit about gambling on games because I don't do it. I don't want to install a gambling app on my phone. I don't do it. I don't want to do it. They love it. So they talk about it a lot. I mean, a whole segment from Jim. It's about the lines and historically. Now look, take a look here out of the last 11 meetups from an NFC North opponent on Thursday night games. When the spread is 10 and under, the away team covers 83% of the time. So if you look at this week's game, maybe that would bode well for the Titans or whatever. And I'm like, okay. So I think I need to work, but it's going to be more homework. I'm not sure. We'll see. I think there's a way I could do a fantasy football quick, something quick. Patriot Warrior, that was good. Water bill, electric bill, gas bill, Buffalo Bills. Oi! Oi with the Bills already. Oi with the Bills. Yeah, you've been to NASCAR, Dallas, Talladega, Vegas. Yeah, I would go. I would totally go. In fact, in my store, I'm selling like this. It's like this whole NASCAR, I think it's Uniden, and it lets you turn into like all of the pit crews and listening to who's talking and what they're. It's a pretty neat thing. I listed it a month or two ago. Forget what I have on that one. $150, $200, something like that. It's really cool for NASCAR fans. That's in the eBay channel for picking winners. If anyone wants to go pick that up. Yeah, the only person who wins when it comes to gambling is that horrific beast. I call him Gambler. I think that's our third or fourth or fifth Simpsons reference today, Kenneth. I call him Gambler. Get off the utilities and live free. 300 years ago, people did it. Why can't you? Great point. You're reminding me of like when I had Adam Kokesh on the show a year. Geez, how long ago was that? 2 years ago? He called me a pussy for not selling my stuff and getting an Earthship. I'm like, well, I do want to live off the grid. Well, put your money where your mouth is and go do it. Nothing's stopping you. And it's like, well, I mean, you're right. That's just not where I'm at right now. But I could be. Anybody could do anything if you just put your mind to it. So yeah, a lot of off-grid talk. I'm liking that. That was funny though. Water bill, electric bill, gas bill, Buffalo bill. Oi. Kenneth off the top rope with super chat with an elbow, smashing in a $10 super chat. Can I get a tab on ice? Where's the any key? Ooh, I'll take a tab. Another Simpsons reference. In my reselling endeavors, I ended up with season 7 on The Simpsons disc set. And I think I want to, I need to go back and start watching them. I don't really sit and watch I don't watch much of anything anymore. Sitting and watching a Browns game once a week so that I can get my blood pressure spiked. People are predicting we're going to win no games, 1 game, 2 game. I think we could be a playoff team, but we'll have to get decent quarterback play. And that's a big if, but we'll see. Yeah, I want to go back and watch those Simpsons episodes. It's been too long. But thank you for that, Kenneth, that $10 super chat. Yeah. Since when did oil changes become $120? Riddle me this. What? I remember $20, $30 oil changes. These have gone up 4x since I've been driving. Like, what are we doing? But I bring that up to say, the guy at the shop said, hey, if you go on our website, you can pull up a coupon and get, and I'm like, oh, $10 off spending $100. He's like, hey, that's $10. That's lunch. Or I go, or 2 gallons of gas. He's like, or this. I go, or 2 gallons of gas. So Kenneth, thank you for the 2 gallons of gas. Woohoo! Think of all the money you'll save. No, that is appreciated. It's all appreciated. Danette, everyone, thank you for being here. I didn't even get into X again. 2 shows in a row. I think I'm enjoying hanging out with you guys, just chopping it up and talking about fantasy football and talking about X's and I don't know. I could deliver more raw content, and I put up some really good stories, important stories on our X account. I don't know if there is a better, but I like chopping it up with you guys. So thanks for being here. Yeah, maybe this evening, maybe I'll do a Whatnot show, and then I want to do another. I got to do an unhappy hour sports show and talk about the Browns. I just haven't had a real strong drive to get into sports too much. I used to do it once, so I used to do regular shows and interviews and guests and all that. Haven't been doing a ton of it lately. But yeah, like I said, just keep your eyes peeled. Maybe I'll go live at random times with random shows. Stay tuned is all I'm saying. Just stay tuned, because I do have a lot to say, and I appreciate all of you as a sounding board for me to chop it up with you guys. But yeah, plenty of other news going on. I felt like by the end of listing off the Trump wins, you sort of got a gist of what we went into a longer deep dive of on the X account. So I'll just say it's fine. It's fine that we didn't get to that. Because in a roundabout way, I think we covered most of the relevant material. But for more of a deep dive, go on X, please, and check out those stories. All right, signing out on behalf of everybody in the TNAM universe. Until we meet again, I appreciate you. I love you. And we'll talk to you again soon. Take care, everybody. Peace.
guide to the truth. TheNewAmericanMedia.com.